Hey guys, Vick here and welcome to another review. Today we are reviewing the SMY60 watt box mod. It's on the Chinese website. It's not made its way over to the UK yet. So on the Chinese website it's for $100. So I expect it to come to the UK around 60 to 70 pounds. It is a very nice looking mod with a very unique screen. The last SMY mod that we did was the SMY 35 watt, and obviously that had a lot of problems, so a nice opportunity for SMY to redeem themselves. The mod comes in three colours: black, red and grey, fires down to 0.2, and a few people have asked me for a size comparison, so if you're here just for that, I'll get that out of the way. Here it is side by side with a Hana. It's slightly taller than a Hana and it's slightly thicker than a Hana as well, but I really like the size. I think it feels really nice in the hand at this size and it doesn't feel too big or imposing. So we'll go down low, I'll show you what comes in the packaging, I'll show you the screen and all the options the screen has, and then we'll come back up and I'll review it. See you in a sec. Okay guys, here we are up close with the SMY60. This is the packaging. I've already taken the mod out, but you get this sort of classic SMY style case. Inside you get, that's what the mod comes in, it's like a little bag thing. You get your classic blue award screwdriver. You get your charging cable, mini USB, or micro USB, sorry. I haven't needed to use that, but that is available. You get quite a nice cloth for wiping, because the front side is a fingerprint magnet, and you get quite a nice manual, quite well done to be honest, explaining all the screen and the settings and things, and I'll walk you through those in a sec. Put all that back together. So the mod. Let's have a look at the mod. Okay, so I'll just show you with an atomizer on first. This is it with an Atlantis on. I just wanted to show you this just so you can see that very slight gap between the atomizer and the top of the mod, just because I'll be talking about that up top, so I wanted you to see it in real life. Just take the atomizer off. Okay, so let's just do the external features and then we'll do the chip and the screen. So we've got 510 that you need to use a screwdriver to adjust, lefty loosey and righty tighty on this one. Oops, I'm just wobbling the camera, sorry about that. So that is the 510, and that is that 510 plate that just gives it a very slight lip. Doesn't bother me too much, but I know it will bother some people a lot, so I thought I'd better mention it. On the side you've got your fire button, nice big button, I do like that button, and you've got a plus and minus, well, up and down if you like. Buttons on the bottom, you've got your charger. The light does come on to signify it needs charging, and it is charging. Sorry, it comes on when you plug it into charge is what I'm trying to say. And you've got your vent holes at the bottom as well. So this is the screen, a little bit of a fingerprint magnet like we said. You can give it a wipe with that special cloth. And on the back you have the battery. Now this is the thing that the biggest negative of this mod. The door just moves on in its place, and that's when you pick it up you'll feel a little move. You go to fire, you might feel a little move, and it's a real shame. And it could have been fixed by just putting a ledge in here like the Hana. If I show you the Hana cases, they don't go all the way up top, the door stops there, and that would have fixed this problem. So that is that. If we take off the door, you'll see what we've got going on in here. So those are the two magnets keeping it going, keeping it stuck on, just magnets on the side, and they've got these little grooves where they sort of sit with the screw, but they're slightly bigger than the screw, hence the wobbling. Inside it's completely closed off, and there's just room for your 18650 battery. It's very snug with a flat top, so I would not recommend sticking a button top in there. And it has this little cord to help you get it out, and that works perfectly fine. So we will put the lid back on if we can. We'll put the lid back on and we will fire it up. So 5 clicks on, you can see it say SMY, and you can see the screen. Now lots going on this screen. The battery is in the top left, then the 247, that is puff counts, how many times you've pressed fire basically with an atomizer on top. You've got your wattage, obviously that goes up and down from 60 all the way down to 8.5 I believe. On the left you've got the target voltage, sorry, halfway down on the left you've got the target voltage. Below that you've got the time. Next to this one, I really like this actually, you've got the amps. It tells you the amps that it's drawing, which I quite like, and below that you've got the date, and if we had an atomizer attached on the right just above the year, you can see the ohm reading there. Below that we've got just a sort of a nicer way or a different way of showing you the wattage. So you can see it is set to 30, so it's a bit like a speedo. That doesn't move on anything as such. That's just a way of displaying the wattage, just the way the numbers are at the top. It's just the same as that. So 1, 2, 3 takes you into the menu. Pressing that one would shut it down, so we'll press plus. No, we'll press minus. We'll press minus to move on to the lock one. If you press that, lock the button, yes, no. Let's just say no, but to unlock it, once it is locked, you just press plus and minus, and once the screen goes to sleep, you need to press plus and minus together to unlock it as well. 1, 2, 3 takes you back into the menu, minus, minus, and we're in settings. You've got overtime setting. If we press that, that's how long, that's sort of like a safety on your fire. So I've set mine to 4 seconds because I'm using the Atlantis, and I usually draw for about 2 to 3 seconds. So I've just put it on 4 as a little safety thing. That's as long as it'll fire with one button hold, but you can completely adjust that to whatever you like that. So that's set successfully. We are now going to screen settings, and this is how long the screen stays on. I have mine on 1 minute before it goes to sleep. It's really good that you can customize this stuff. Vapor setting. This is manual or auto mode. Auto mode is it does a full however many seconds of firing you want it to do, just by one click rather than holding it to press. Manual is holding it to press. Set that successfully. Date and time, it's pretty self-explanatory. Puff info, that basically just tells you how many puffs you've done and all that, and you can reset it if you want. And all that. That is pretty much the gist of the menu. And 1, 2, 3, and this question mark is all your stats and specs and serial numbers and versions. Probably worth checking that when you first get it, just to make sure you're happy with it. You just click your way through and it tells you all about it. If you have a problem, it may show up in there as well. So that is the crux of this, guys. We'll go back up top and I'll talk about it some more. See you in a sec. Okay guys, that was the mod up close. SMY 60 watt. Probably already forming your own opinions. If you want to see this door in action up top, I don't know if you can hear that. Can you hear that? It just sort of moves in the hand. It's just too loose, and it could be fixed so easy. A 60 watt mod with a single 18650, I'd be happy to just USB charge it. If this was my mod and I was keeping it forever, I would probably, maybe, just thinking out loud here, I'd maybe super glue the door down. I don't know, because once you put an 18650 in, I'd just use the USB charge, and I'd just take that as a negative, that it only could be charged by USB, but at least the door wouldn't constantly move in its place. So that is the door up top in action. Probably already forming your own opinions, so I'll just get straight into the positives and negatives. The negatives first. Very subjective and a very small one, but the 510 is not self-adjusting. You need to use a screwdriver to adjust it. A bit fiddly, but once you've got it on, it's fine. Also, it has that very slight top 510 top plate that I showed you up close. So it just creates a very tiny lip with the atomizer, so the atomizer can't go perfectly flush on top of the case. So that is one thing to notice. Obviously, the door, that's not good. That's not good. For two reasons. One, it does move and oscillate, and two, it should have a ledge up here. It should stop there. The door should stop there, like the Hannah does. The other reason for that is if you're using a dripper on here, if you get any juice, there's a good chance it'll go down that crack there, which is not a good thing, guys. You don't want juice going down into an electronic mod. So two reasons why they need to improve that for version 2, if they do a version 2. If they did that for version 2, I'd be very interested in this mod. The other negatives that I've noticed, again, very little one, this one, but this front portion is a fingerprint magnet. Don't know what they could have done about that though. So very slight subjective con there. And the other one is the menu. I've experienced through using this, occasionally the menu slightly lags. So you'll press 3 times to get onto the menu, and it'll just take a little while to actually open the menu bit. And then when you're navigating through the menu, occasionally, very occasionally, it just slightly lags a little bit. So I thought I'd better tell you guys about that as well. Okay, so let's get onto the positives. Let's just have a little vape. Okay, so the positives. The looks, for me, I really like the looks. I really like the look of it. I think it's very pretty and very cool that it comes in the different colours as well. Excuse me. I like that not too many of these variable wattage mods have different colours, so that's pretty cool. The red one looks exceedingly pretty. The price, $100 from China, or about £60–70 in the UK. I think that's a good price. I think it's a good price for what you're getting. A very unique, stylish mod that can put out 60 watts, which should cover most people's requirements. Protection, it has all the safety features. Yeah, it does all the things it should do. It warns you about the low battery, tells you when there's no atomizer, short protection, reverse battery protection, all that good stuff. That's really good. The screen, and now this is one slight negative I've got to come back to actually, but the screen in broad daylight is very hard to see. But the screen overall I really like. I really like the display, very unique. I really like that it tells me the amp draw that it's doing. I don't know why, but I quite like that. I do often check what my amp draw is, just out of pure interest. And so I do like that it tells me the amps, the date and the time. That's not a bad thing that the mod tells you what time it is. That's pretty good in a way. And overall, style-wise and screen-wise, it's unique. It's nice that it's fairly unique. My cat trying to jump in on the shot. Yeah, so it's, you know, it's very unique. It's a very unique looking mod, very stylish in its own way. Unique screen. They've not just copied off everyone. Yeah, so quite impressed with that as well. The very last thing, and very important thing, is there's no lag on the actual vape. It doesn't take a long time to ramp up or anything like that. It puts out the voltage it says it's putting out. It seems to be doing to me. I don't have a fancy way of testing that. But it puts out the correct voltage. It's reading the correct ohms, which is very impressive. It shouldn't be impressive, but we know that that doesn't always happen with these sort of mods. So it's reading the correct ohms, it's putting out the correct voltage, the wattage is on point. So all that side of the stuff is very good as well. And I like the customizability. You know, I like the fact it has an auto vape option. I really like that it has an auto vape option, although I don't use it myself, but I could see other people using it. I like that you can adjust how long the screen stays on. I like all those little touches and features and settings and options. I think are quite nice and quite good to have. Go on then, you can get in the shop. There's my cat. Little cat bonus. Go on, off on your way. On your way. Okay, so that is the SMY60 watt mod. Very good. I really like it. Apart from the door, if they do a version 2 with a better door, then I would buy this in a second. I really like it apart from the door. The door is the main thing that really bothers me and frustrates me. As it stands now, would I buy it? Possibly not. But if they fix the door, I would definitely buy it. So I hope that's a fairly conclusive result for you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. Any further questions, anything that I've missed, let me know. But I've been Vaping Vick. I'll see you again really soon.